So let's say, for example, that you're in a climb. If you're pitched up in a climb, normally your airspeed indicator will show something around here. Let's say, for example, you're climbing at 80, and your pitch will be slightly up. On your attitude indicator, your pitch is typically up about 8 to 10 degrees, but also you would be looking outside and comparing the dash with the horizon. But anyways, your pitch will be pitched up about 8 to 10 degrees. Now your vertical speed indicator may indicate that you're climbing at approximately 500 feet per minute. So what you do is you take 10% of your VSI. So if we're climbing at 500 feet per minute, we want 10% of that, which will be 50. So while we're watching our altimeter climb, each numbered increment would be 100 feet. So 10% of 500 would be 50, so we would begin to level off when the needle arrives at about that point right there. And what that does, it allows for that upward momentum to continue while we transition into that level phase. So that's where we would begin 50 feet early to begin to lower our pitch to level pitch attitude. Let's say that you were climbing at 200 feet a minute. Then 20 feet before, which would be indicated right here, 20 feet before is where you would begin your level off. That way it makes a very nice smooth transition. The same thing is true if we're in a descent. If you're descending and you're descending 400 feet a minute, then 40 feet before your desired altitude is where you begin to adjust your pitch and power if necessary to make a smooth level off. Now let's look at your heading. If the ATC told you to turn left heading to heading 300, then we have to look at our bank angle. Now your bank angle is represented where the pointer points at the top here. And this represents 10, 20, 30, 60, and 90. So typically in most of your flight you would not bank more than 30 degrees unless we're purposely performing steep turns. Let's say, for example, you're in a 20-degree bank and the controllers told you to turn right to heading 060. You're in a 20-degree bank. The rule of thumb is that you take half of your bank angle to roll out in advance. So in this example, we are banking 20 degrees. So as my heading indicator turns around, I need to roll out at least 10 degrees early. If I were banking 30 degrees, then I would roll out 15 degrees early. And that will help you roll out on your heading the right time the first time instead of chasing that heading all over. So your rules of thumb to level off would be 10% of your VSI, and to roll out on the proper heading, you'd use half of your bank angle.